What's good people? It's your man Crucial, aka Mr.BROTHERS, and I'm back with another video, day 11. In this video, I want to give a weekly roundup of music business news worldwide. These are this week's, January 10th. All right, so let's go through the top 5 stories in the music business this week. Story number 1. Travis Scott, SZA, and Future are being sued by Roc Nation signed artist Victoria Boyd and her publishing company, Songs of Glory, for allegedly ripping off her song "Like the Way It Sounds" to create the 2023 hit Telekinesis.
I'm suing some of the largest names in music, and here's the story of how come. In 2019, I moved to a cabin in the mountains of Cody, Wyoming on a whim to write music for Ye. I wrote probably 100 songs, and maybe 5 of them have seen the light of day. I gave my very best effort to every individual word, line, and cadence, sometimes spending hours crafting just one line. After a certain point of seeing my carefully crafted work be scrapped and truncated, I decided that I no longer am writing songs for Ye, but rather I'm writing songs for Jesus. I even climbed to the top of this rock and spent a day writing a song to the Lord. With all the same effort and meticulous attention to detail that I put towards creating work that would be pleasing to Ye, I decided to switch my focal point and apply the same effort towards creating works of art that would be pleasing to my Lord Jesus. And once I did that, suddenly I had assurance that my work was not in vain. And even if another soul never heard what I created, I knew that God did, and that He treasured each and every word that I wrote for Him. I wrote a couple versions of a song called Future Bounce. The intention was that this song describes a house party in heaven. When we all make it to heaven, we're going to be doing this dance called the Future Bounce. That was the original idea. Anyways, in November 2019, which was 1 month after finishing and releasing the hit album Jesus is King, of which I wrote lyrics for several of the songs, Ye wanted to immediately create more gospel music, and so I got back to work. I happened to film myself recording a snippet of this version of Future Bounce.
Do you like the way it sounds? Hear the bass playing so loud. Faith in Jesus, I'm sold out. Miracles wash away the doubts. Drumline drops, do you like the way it sounds? Heaven raining down, pouring all over the crowd. All my sins I renounce, 'cause I'm gonna see the future of the bounce. Hear the trumpets playing loud. Faith in Jesus, I'm sold out. Miracles wash away the doubts. He can show up unannounced. Do you like the way it sounds?
It was this later version, however, that I created that Travis Scott stole.
Sounds. I can see the future is looking like we leveled through the sky. I can't wait to live in glory of eternal paradise. Won't you wash my sins and write my name inside the book of life? Might as well turn up now. He can pop up unannounced. Till the trumpets, do you like the way it sounds? Down payment all in my account. Gonna wear the crown. Holy Ghost falling on the crowds. We gon' see him coming in the clouds. Do you like the way it sounds? Choir singing so loud. Faith in Jesus, I'm sold out. Miracles wash away the doubts. Drumline drops, do you like the way it sounds?
I use the term stolen because this is how the dictionary defines the word. Suddenly, 4 years after creating it, I find a distorted version of my work in a song called Telekinesis. 3 times in this song, Travis Scott repeats the chorus that I wrote,
I go. I can see you cooking. I can't wait to live in glory. All you we do will it. I will something. Might as well turn up now. Hit the pop button now. So the trumpets, do you like the way it sounds?
Not once did anyone ask me or consider to inquire of my participation in this song. My answer would have been no. I wrote this song for God, and to the extent that Ye was working for God, I was working for Ye. Travis, on the other hand, never had this intent, which you can see when you read the lyrics to Telekinesis. I never would have consented to being associated and to help make a hit song that spreads this message. So they had to steal my work if they wanted to use it, because permission simply would not have been granted. Included in my lawsuit is also Swiss watch company Audemars Piguet, because while they did ask me for permission to use my work in their brand partnership with Travis Scott, I told them no. And in December of 2023, they published my work in collaboration with Travis Scott in a major commercial campaign anyway. A multi-million-dollar partnership. Again, let's go back to the definition of stealing. So now we have all these layers of violations against me from multi-billion-dollar institutions. I said it before and I'll say it again. The story of David and Goliath repeats itself.
This type of thing happens all the time in the industry. When you get a great idea or great melody and people want to use it, they're going to use it. Especially when you're used to this collaboration, and a lot of times artists will put out stuff and try to get the permission later. And it's interesting that she's a Rock Nation artist. They probably signed her for publishing knowing that she was working with Ye. And that's how they do to like keep some of that money in house. But yeah, this is common, unfortunately. And yes, when it's you against a major label, their lawyers would try to keep you in court long enough for you to run out of money to fight. But at the same time, as you can see, she has receipts. It's crazy. Like, the Travis Scott fans are harassing her and stuff because she's standing up for herself. Like, I understand being a fan, but y'all gotta relax out there. Y'all gotta relax and hear people's story and stop taking up for people in a situation you have nothing to do with. Y'all gotta relax, man. So in the meanwhile, Telekinesis has been streamed over 413 million times on Spotify alone. That means they got $2,000. It was released as part of Scott's smash hit #1 album, Utopia. Story number 2, Daniel Elk has cashed out over $500 million in Spotify stock to date, banking another $28 million this week. Now you see, and they're fighting so hard to pay creatives less. If you don't even stream 1,000 times, you don't get paid at all. And they say 80% of the people do not stream 1,000 streams. So that saves them a ton of money. Man, this model is crazy. It's crazy to me. They take all this intellectual property from all these creatives, and everybody is being so encouraged to go to these streaming services, go to Spotify, and they celebrate your Spotify numbers. This guy makes more from music than Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Rihanna combined. And I'm talking about off music. We know Jay-Z, Rihanna, they got other businesses, but I don't know. It's legal, but is it moral? You be the judge. And another, I'll do another video where I get into how Spotify is continuously shitting on the independent artists. So I just want to say one thing to the artists and producers. Straight to consumer. Go back to physical. That streaming shit is bogus. Stream that shit from your site. Yeah, you might not get 1 million streams from having this built-in super large audience, but it doesn't matter. You ain't going to get the lion's share of that anyway. Daniel is. Moving on, Blackstone majority acquires Citrin Cooperman, one of the most biggest validation firms. It's one of the key validations and advisory players in the music's blockbuster M&A market. Now, Citrin Cooperman, CC, has an interesting new owner and a mammoth price tag. The Blackstone-led investor group has majority acquired New York headquarters CC, buying out the firm's previous investor, New Mountain Capital. The Financial Times report that the deal gives Citrin Cooperman, which claims to be one of the largest professional services firm in the United States, an enterprise value of over $2 billion. So basically what this means, Blackstone is acquiring a company that evaluates music, will give validation to how much a publishing catalog or music catalog is worth, I'm assuming. That's big. They cutting out paying someone to do it. They got in-house now. I'll double check on that. I'm assuming this, so y'all could do your own research. Number 4, UK music streaming subscription revenues jumped 7.8% year over year in 2024 to $2.58 billion, boosted by Spotify price rise. Okay, so they charging more? The amount of money spent on music subscriptions by UK consumers grew heavily last year, up 7.8 YOY. That's according to the new preliminary stats from the UK Entertainment Retailers Association, ERA, whose members include Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, and SoundCloud. According to the ERA's data, some GBP, 2.018 billion pounds, or 2.58 billion US, was spent on music streaming subscriptions in 2024, up from 1.870 billion pounds in 2023. So people paying more for streaming, and I guess Spotify's price went up, they say. So it is what it is. Number 5, Spotify again. Spotify nabs 48-hour exclusive for the Weeknd Billionaires Club concert film. So now they're going into film. They started out with music. They got into podcasting, which kind of like makes the pot a little better for them because now they just pay the podcasters and they don't have to worry about music publishing and licensing, etc. And now they're doing an exclusive deal with a concert film. Okay. Spotify is exclusively premiering a concert film from superstar artist The Weeknd. On its platform this week, the streaming company expands its video content strategy. Starting Tuesday, January 7th, a 45-minute special titled Billionaires Club Live with The Weeknd, a concert film, will stream exclusively on Spotify for 48 hours before becoming available on other platforms. So that's it. That's it for the week. That's the biggest stories. We know the fire overshadowed things. Lost a big studio in Malibu called Harbor Studios. It's one where a number of superstars have recorded and sadly destroyed in the Palisades fire. Zach Brandon wrote, "I cried this morning, but not because Harbor burned down. I cried because it settled in with me that Harbor was taken from so many artists who care so deeply about Harbor. It was a place of musical freedom, a sanctuary in the most literal sense of the word. I loved it. Brandon also vowed that this team would come back stronger from this, writing that thankfully the magic that has been bestowed upon us by our clients is something that can never leave. It's in the soil, it's in the air, and it's in our souls. Way to go. Well, that's it for today's video. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me know if you want me to do more of these music business news wrap-ups. I read it anyway, so I have no problem sharing. And as always, hit that subscribe button. If you don't want to subscribe, at least give me a like. And I'll be back and see y'all on the next video. 1.